Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we'll be talking about the most insane basketball plays that have happened in the NBA. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stick around for our list. Let's dive into it. Where amazing happens. The notorious slogan of the NBA, where amazing happens, well, because amazing things have happened on the court. Over the years, some incredible things have happened, and the athletes that play in the NBA have entertained us to no end, which probably explains why they make the big bucks. The basketball players have poured blood, sweat, and even tears out onto the court, and they have done things most of us can't even dream of. We will start with Allen Iverson and his time with the Detroit Pistons. Allen Iverson was a shell of his previous self by the time he signed with Pistons. His former self, when he was 6 feet tall and 165 pounds, earned the 2001 MVP award and once won 4 scoring titles, earning the title as one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history. His time with the Pistons was brief, but he left an indelible mark in the Palace of Auburn Hills with an incredible 45-foot pass that sailed right past the legs of Phoenix Suns forward Grant Hill and into the hands of Richard Hamilton, who finished the ball with a simple layup. Given that Iverson is more of a scorer than anything else, this pass is even more astounding. Next, we have Chris Paul, who doesn't let anyone get in his way. One thing that the NBA stats don't cover is impressive dribbling abilities. The play that we will be talking about today is when Paul put his impressive dribbling to the test when up against rivals of his division, the Dallas Mavericks. The Hornets were up by double digits when Paul pulled a magic trick on Jason Terry when he put the ball through his legs while he had continued to dribble on the other end. Being the quality point guard Paul is, he passed it to David West, who finished the play with a slam dunk. Steve Nash, the player with eyes in the back of his head. Steve Nash is arguably the best passer in the league. He has the uncanny capability of finding a team member when he needs to get the ball out of his possession. This skill has earned Nash some MVP awards and possibly an easy nomination into the Hall of Fame. The most notable pass of Steve Nash was when he drove the lane, grabbed the attention of the 3 opponents, and then threw his pass around the body of Tim Duncan to Amari Stoudemire. Daryl Dawkins is the reason why the NBA changed to unbreakable backboards. Daryl Dawkins was the first NBA player that destroyed an NBA regulation backboard. The first time he did this was when they were playing against the Kansas City Kings back in November 1979. All that had remained of the backboard was the rim and the frame. This happened again just 3 weeks later when he dunked so hard in a game against the San Antonio Spurs that Dawkins destroyed the backboard with one slam dunk. Next up, another backboard demolisher, Shaquille O'Neal. While the NBA had put up backboards with plastic instead of glass, it didn't stop freak of nature Shaquille O'Neal from tearing it down. When playing in a game against the New Jersey Nets, O'Neal laid down a power slam where he didn't immediately let go of the rim and tore down the backboard and clock. Thankfully, O'Neal only did this one other time. Could you imagine the fine he received? Dwight Howard in his win with 0.7 seconds left in a game. Dwight Howard's most insane play was when in a game for the Orlando Magic, he single-handedly broke the tie in their favor with a slam dunk at the buzzer. The game was tied at 104, and there was just 0.7 seconds left on the clock when Howard intercepted the ball from Hedo Turkoglu and threw it down with no time left. This last-second shot won the game for the Magic against the Spurs. Another insanely confident tiebreaker shot with Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is known for being one of the most prominent and lethal shooters in the final minutes of a game. While Arenas has won a number of games over his career with last-minute shots, the most insane one was when the game was tied 111 to 111. He got the ball in the final seconds of the game, and when he shot it right before it went in, he started celebrating. While the Wizards won 114 to 111 because of this shot, it would have been pretty embarrassing for Arenas if the shot had actually not gone in. Easily forgettable Isaiah Rider has the shot of the decade. While Isaiah Rider's time in the NBA was mostly underwhelming, he did make list with one of his insane plays, where he managed to avoid a turnover by the three-point line. Rider grabbed the ball and just threw it behind him in an act of desperation, but it had made it through the net. The shot was insane when it happened just because of the sheer luck that happened. While a lot of players have a hard time shooting three-pointers, Rider did it behind his own back. Dwayne Wade doesn't even have to look at the basket to score. Dwayne Wade has had to sit out games in the past because of this. Hard falls like this can end a player's career, but it merely looks fantastic in Wade's case. Wade had a free opening to the rim for an easy 2 points in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Detroit Pistons until Antonio McDyess opted to step in beneath him during his drive. Dwayne noticed this and drew the foul, but not before flipping the shot up behind his back and putting in the crazy lay-in, turning it into an end-one try. What some may consider luck is actually a combination of talent and luck. Over the course of his great career, Dwayne has hit a handful of these commonplace circus shots, with this one requiring the most skill and attention to complete. It's very scary for Wade's defenders to know that he can score from almost anywhere in any way on the court, even if he isn't looking and is suspended in midair. Next up, the time Tracy McGrady dunked on Shawn Bradley. This play taught us a few lessons. Tracy McGrady's usually sleepy-eyed, Shawn Bradley is terrible at blocking shots, and Kevin Harlan understands how to make an already exciting play even more exciting. I'll give Bradley credit as a shot blocker because few people are aware that he actually is a decent shot blocker with a career total of over 2,000 blocks and averaging as much as 3 blocks in the 1996-97 season. Sean's difficulty was that he was so lanky and frail that he struggled to stop dunks from just about anyone. Everyone in the league has dunked on Bradley at some point during their careers, from Derek Fisher to Donyell Marshall. No one, though, slammed down a more vicious dunk on Bradley than Tracy McGrady in the 2005 postseason. T-Mac ran baseline around Dirk Nowitzki, leaving a wide-open lane with only Sean Bradley to contend with. With little time to react, Sean made a clumsy attempt to block the shot, resulting in a significant amount of crotch perspiration on his back as McGrady proceeded practically unopposed. The 6 3-pointers that Michael Jordan scored. No series of events was more memorable than his shooting exhibition against the Portland Trail Blazers in the 1991-92 NBA Finals. Jordan made an early impact in Game 1, probably the greatest NBA Finals performance of all time, when he nailed an NBA record 6 3-point field goals while also setting a halftime record of 35 points. Jordan's reaction following the 6th 3-pointer, which included looking over to the scorer's table and simply shrugging his shoulders as if to say, "I don't know how it's happening either." The Bulls went on to win the game 122-89 and the series in 6 games for their second consecutive title. The signature move by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Every sports star has a signature technique. There was no hallmark move more successful or entertaining to watch than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's sky hook, which is why he is the all-time leading scorer with almost 38,000 points. The sky hook remained just one of several techniques in Jabbar's arsenal, but it was the tiny hook shot that allowed him to dominate the game for nearly 2 decades. Because the shot was delivered from the opposite side of Kareem's body, it was impossible to block, and it was also too high of a shot to block when effectively shot. Not to mention that Abdul-Jabbar could shoot it from inside the 3-point arc from almost anywhere. In a game against the Clippers, Kareem opted to win the game with a sky hook. Despite the fact that the shot was nearly beyond the foul line and Bill Walton was right in front of him, Kareem took the shot and executed it flawlessly, allowing the Lakers to win the game. And there you have it, some of the most insane basketball plays of all time. What were some of your favorites? Did you watch any of these insane plays happen live? And who's your favorite basketball player? Did we miss any other insane plays? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.